Hello everyone. Today, in celebration of Tears of the Kingdom's 2-year anniversary, we are going to be tier listing and ranking every single piece of armor in Tears of the Kingdom. I love Tears of the Kingdom. I cannot believe it's been 2 years already. It's my second favorite game ever made, behind Breath of the Wild. And so yeah, I'm excited to rank all the armor in the game because there is quite a lot of it. So we're gonna have quite the list here. Now, the criteria for how we're going to be ranking these outfits is mostly on the cosmetic side of it, how cool it looks, but it will be a tiny bit influenced by its ability as well. Starting off, and unfortunately we are not starting off very strong in my opinion. Ravio's hood. This is from A Link Between Worlds, I'm pretty sure. Just based on the description in Tears of the Kingdom, so you can turn the wearer into a painting. Not the coolest outfit in the game, unfortunately. I don't think I've ever worn this, besides just for like 2 seconds to see what's going on. I like how the ears flop a little bit, but that's about it. Unfortunately, this is gonna have to go into D tier to start us off. But next up, we have Xant's helmet. Xant, of course, being from Twilight Princess. The Zelda game I haven't played that I want to play the most. I dearly hope we get it on Switch too. As for the cosmetic itself, it gives you unfreezable, which is nice, but it's not the coolest looking thing I've ever seen. It's gonna go in C tier. I do think it's a little cool. The unfreezable is very nice, but we're gonna stay with C tier for now. Alright, next up, staying in the same game, we have Midna's helmet, also from Twilight Princess. This is my favorite of the little helmets, probably. This or Majora's Mask, of the little face pieces that don't have an outfit to go with them. I love how this looks. I love how the hair looks. I can appreciate how cool it looks. So we're gonna go B tier for that one. And next up we have the Lightning Helm. Now this is not the coolest looking thing. Obviously it has a very good effect of absorbing the lightning. But as for the lightning helmet, it's not the coolest looking thing. It does look cool. I like the design. I like the clearly Gerudo-esque design. It's gonna go in B tier. Again, not the coolest thing in the world. Very nice effect, but that's about it. Next up, we have the Korok mask. Now, it has a nice effect of spinning the little windmill when you're in the radius of a Korok, which is very nice. But if we're talking cosmetics, it's just not what I'm looking to wear, to be completely honest. I would never wear this unless I'm hunting for Koroks, of course. But you know, I don't hate it. Link's hair looks kind of cool in it a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I like it. It's not the coolest thing in the world, though. We're gonna go with C tier for this. Okay, next up we have Majora's Mask. Now, I know I said that Midna's helm is my favorite little mask, but Majora's Mask looks so good in this game, especially at night. When it glows, it looks gorgeous. For me, it goes in B tier. It's just not something I wear very often, although its effect is very nice. You know what? Just because of the effect gives it a little bit of bonus points, and I already I do love the design, but it just doesn't. It's not something just because I like the design doesn't mean I want to wear it all the time. You know, it doesn't go with stuff. It's not really something Link would be wearing, and all that plays a factor for me. But still, I do love it, and I will give it A tier because of its ability to shield you from some enemies and make them not aggressive towards you. Alright, here we have Sheik's mask. Now, I love the addition of Sheik's mask, which I believe is in Breath of the Wild as well, but of course it was only for Amiibo, an Amiibo that I didn't have, and now it's here, and as you can see, man, this, it looks so perfect with the stealth outfit. But not only that, if you dye the stealth outfit white, like I've always done since Breath of the Wild, it looks even better. I think it looks amazing. I love this cosmetic. It's gonna go into A tier for sure. Borderline S tier, honestly. Probably my favorite piece we have so far, especially when you combo it with the stealth armor, especially on its own. Though I will give it an A tier. I really like it. Okay, now on to the monster masks here. First we have the Bokoblin. Now, I don't necessarily like how any of the masks look. I mean, you're not really wearing them for the cosmetic side of it. So these are purely for not getting attacked by specific enemies. As for the Bokoblin, now I love Bokoblins, everyone loves Bokoblins. But all these masks are basically the same for me, and as a cosmetic, which is what we're basically basing off of here, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put the Bokoblin mask in D tier. Same for the Moblin. Although I do think the Moblin mask is cooler than the Bokoblin. I think it looks cooler just because Link gets the little face mask there. Now the Lizalfos, I will put in C tier. Only because I love Lizalfos, and they are my favorite basic enemy type. The same goes for the Lionel mask. I love how Link stands with it. Wearing this mask in Breath of the Wild back in the day, it's just great memories. And you can go chill with a Lionel for a little bit until he decides that he doesn't like you anymore. But you can hang out with a Lionel. I mean, that alone elevates it out of D tier. And the way Link stands is gorgeous. It's perfect. Honestly, we're gonna go B tier for the Lionel mask because it's just iconic at this point. Okay, and next we have the Glide suit, the first new armor on this list that we've got so far from Tears of the Kingdom. Now, to be honest, I don't love how this suit looks. I don't love how this armor looks. Now, its effect is incredible. Even if its effect just was the gliding alone, that's very, very nice. But the fact that it's a specialty when you upgrade each piece of armor to 2 stars, that you can be invincible basically from fall damage. You can fall from the sky all the way to the ground and you'll not take any damage. That is very nice, and I do think it looks cool. I dyed mine a light blue. I think it looks pretty nice. I don't hate the suit, don't get me wrong. I don't hate this armor. I like the little beads on the side are cool. I don't really love the beak, I guess, and the mask. It's not the coolest looking thing I've ever seen. I like this armor though. I'm not hating on it. I'm gonna put this armor in A tier. Cosmetics alone, I'd put it in B. Lower B tier. But if it was only influenced by the ability, it would go in S tier. But we're gonna put it in A for now. Here we have a couple of the classics. Starting us off is the Skyward Sword Link. Now, I like this Link a lot. He's very cool. I love Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword is an amazing game. It's my 3rd favorite Zelda game. Again, I haven't played Twilight Princess yet, but I love Skyward Sword. It's a fantastic game. As for the tunic in this game, I really like it. I think it's not my favorite. The pants are a little baggy for some reason. But I like this armor. I prefer the dark green, I think, maybe, in Twilight Princess a little more than this. But I like this. It's gonna go in A tier. It's very nice. And speaking of Twilight Princess, here we are. The Tunic of Twilight, I believe, is what it's called in this game. Now, this is my favorite original, or classic, I guess you would say, tunic. My favorite green tunic. The only thing I don't love about this outfit is the cap. I don't love the super long cap. I wish it was a little bit shorter. But that's my only negative. I think the hair looks awesome on this set. Everything about it. The pants being white again, a whitish gray, I think is sick. I love this outfit, honestly. We're gonna go A tier still, but borderline S tier. The best cosmetic we have so far. This entire list is subjective. It's just my opinion, but again, some great armor there. Here we have the Mystic set, of quite the unique set. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is a little strange. But when you really just look at it in the details of this armor, it's beautiful. This is a beautiful armor. Obviously the thing that jumps out at you is the long hair. That's what immediately jumps out at you. And honestly, that can be pretty divisive, I'd imagine, but I love it. I think it looks sick. I don't wear this one enough. And the effect of this guy is that you lose rupees when you take damage instead of health. I value my health less than I value rupees, because my health can come back. And rupees, I mean, they can come back as well, but you know, I have to get resources for that to happen. And my health will come back if I die or if I heal. So, if I eat something. So it's not, the effect is not that good for me, so that doesn't really bring it up. Still, just in the cosmetics, I love it. I love the pants being like shinobi-esque, I guess you would say. I love it. The little hand guard on his left hand, I just think this entire outfit looks sick. And then the bloopy, obviously being the inspiration, makes it even better. This is going to go in A tier as well. The top of A tier. And hear me out. I know I'm being a little harsh maybe by putting this in A tier, which is kind of saying something. And this is how I feel. This is my opinion, of course. Because this is an amazing armor. And you're thinking, well, if it's amazing, why don't you put it in S tier? Because we are saving S tier for the best of the best. And my favorites are S tier designs, but they're just my favorite of the S tier. That's what that tier is for. But yeah, definitely gonna put this guy in A tier, but he's very close to being S tier. Very close. Next, we have the Frostbite armor. Now, on its own, I like it. It's a little bit feminine. I have to be honest, just a tiny bit. I still love it though. It's still awesome. When this armor gets really sick, as is true with the other two armors of this type, when you go into freezing temperatures, it starts to glow a gorgeous blue color. And obviously, this armor is based off of Nadra, which is my favorite dragon in the games. That being said, this is not my favorite of the three of these types of armor based on the three dragons, but I still love it. Still gonna give it an A tier. On its own, I don't love it that much, but when it starts glowing, it's beautiful, and we're gonna put that guy in A tier for sure. Now, the effect of this guy, I love the effect of all three of them. I didn't showcase it in the gameplay, unfortunately, because I forgot, because I'm an idiot. But your attack becomes ice. You'll see ice fly out when you're swinging the Master Sword, or whatever weapon you're using. It's very cool, and I think you freeze your enemies, in fact, with this one, which is very good. Okay, next we have the Ancient Heroes aspect. Now, a lot has been said about this dude. I love, obviously, the lore behind him being the Ancient Hero from the mural. But that being said, we need to be honest here. This dude is ugly. He is a little bit ugly. And that's being a little generous. No offense, you know, he's the hero, you know, he defeated Calamity Ganon all them years ago with the help of a lot of guardians and stuff, of course, and divine beasts, but still, he was the hero. We respect that. But with that being said, he's not the coolest looking dude I've ever seen. Now, I do like his armor, of course. It's Zonai armor, very similar to the Zonai armor that Link has in this game that we're gonna talk about later. But he is quite ugly, and unfortunately for that, we're gonna have to put him down in C tier. I don't think he's awful, but it's not a cosmetic I will find myself wearing. But I do appreciate him being in the game, and I think it's very unique, and I was very surprised to unlock him when I got all the shrines. Okay, next we have the Royal Guard's uniform here. Now, I have always loved this armor. I remember the first time I got it in Breath of the Wild's DLC so many years ago now. I mean, maybe not so many, but quite a few years ago now. And I've always loved it. Now, I don't love the cap. That's the only thing that I am not a huge fan of. I don't love the hat. But besides that, the colors are gorgeous. The white gloves and boots are stunning. The dark blue and the dark red with the gold. The colors of this uniform are fantastic. This is a beautiful uniform, and I love it, and it's gonna go in A tier for sure. The cap brings it down a little bit, but it's still beautiful. Next, we have the Hero of the Wild set. Now, I love the meaning of this set, obviously, being the classic tunic for the Hero of the Wild. I remember getting it in Breath of the Wild and being like, I don't like it that much. But it's still very, I like it now. I think I appreciate it more now than I did back then. It's a very classic design, but it's a little bit modern, you know, at the same time in a way. I love how it links new hair we see here, as in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, with these little shorts, which I don't love the shorts. I would prefer if he had pants. I still think it's a very cool outfit though, but not as cool as the other ones, in my opinion. And so for that, he will go in B tier. And next we have the Miners set. Now, to be completely honest, this set is hideously ugly. This set is ugly. This just straight up. Mine is light blue. I don't know if that helps or not, honestly, but it's quite ugly, in my opinion. Now, its effect is nice. When you're getting all the light roots, it's nice to have some brightness around you because it can get very dark in the depths. But I do not love the design. The pants are just what is going on. The chains. I'm not a fan of the design at all, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to put this guy in C tier, lower C tier, almost D. I don't love this design at all, but I like the effect. Now we have the original Hero's Tunic from, I believe, the first Zelda game is what this is based off of. I don't love this one, to be honest. It's a little too old school for me. I just think that the Tunic of the Wild is just a better version of this. A far better version. Maybe not far better, but a better version of this. I don't like the hair. The hair is a little too old school for me as well. I'm just not a fan of this one, so we're gonna put him in C tier. But I still respect it for being classic. Next we have the Zonite armor. Now I love this armor. This armor is gorgeous. There is a great attention to detail. You can see when you zoom in on it. It's awesome. I'm really glad we got something like this. The Spartan-esque helm, but of course horizontal instead of going straight forward. But I love this armor. I'm not a very creative person, so I don't build much in this game, so I don't get a ton of use out of this armor. I prefer the old school, just riding a horse, but I still love this armor. It's visually beautiful and awesome, and I have mine dyed red, which just makes it a little more red. It's more of an orangish before you dye it, I believe, but awesome armor. Definitely gonna be A tier for that one. We have the Phantom armor. Now, I could be wrong. I'm pretty certain this is from Wind Waker. This outfit's biggest strength is the back, the purple glow. It's gorgeous. It looks awesome at night, especially. But it's a little too fantasy leaning for my taste. I wish it looked a little less giant and a little more fitting for Link. A little more form-fitting. And I think it would be cooler. But as it is, it's still very cool. I still like it. And for that, we are going to put it in B tier. It's not amazing, but it's good. It's a solid design. But again, it's not a suit I wear very often. Next, we have the Ocarina of Time tunic, the Hero of Time. Now, I actually love this tunic. I love the shade of green on this tunic. I think it's very unique. I love the white pants. I think they look awesome. I even love the hair, the middle part. I think it looks cool, and even in a modern setting. And I think they did an amazing job updating and putting the Ocarina of Time's tunic in Breath of the Wild and now Tears of the Kingdom. I think it looks amazing, and for that we will put it in A tier. It's a very good looking outfit. Next we have Tingle's outfit. Now, I will be completely honest. This is another character I have no connection with, and quite frankly, this outfit disgusts me. This is going straight to D tier. I remember playing Breath of the Wild when I was, 13, back in 2017, and I remember finding this outfit and being excited to find the rest of it, I guess. Finding one piece of it, and then I was like, oh gosh, what is this? I don't like this, and I still agree. I do not like this outfit at all. Its set bonus gives you night speed up, but is it worth looking like this? No, it is not. So we are putting that guy in D tier for sure. Next we have the Tunic of the Wind. Again, another game I haven't played, but this is now on the GameCube. Wind Waker is now playable on Switch on the GameCube, Switch Online thing. So I will have to play that soon. But the tunic itself, I like the tunic. I like the green sleeves. It's unique. I like the white pants. As I've said before, the white pants I am a fan of. But again, I don't like the hairstyle in this. It's similar to the original tunic for the first Zelda. I do not like the hair, and that brings it down to C tier for me. Though I do like it better than the original right here. But I kind of like the brown as well on the sleeves on the original, but I like the green as well. They're different, but I like them both in their own way. But that's going to C tier as well. Now, here we have not only our first S tier, but one of my favorite cosmetics in the game. The Zora armor set. Now, the Zora armor set is very special to me. It holds a very special place in my heart. Not only for how cool it looks, cosmetics alone, this would be S tier for me, but the meaning of this set, particularly the armor itself, the torso piece. Of course, Mipha's gift to her future husband, to the person she will marry, and Mipha is the best girl, and we love her and we will never forget her. And his armor is a piece that will allow us to remember her forever, and I love this armor. It's what I always wear the Zora Greaves whenever I'm wearing my base champion's tunic and hood, Hylian hood. I go with the Zora Greaves over the Hylian trousers, which I know is not common, but I think it looks amazing. I'll throw up a screenshot here of when I beat Tears of the Kingdom for the first time, looking out on while you're riding Zelda while Ganon's being destroyed. Or maybe it's right after, when you're looking at the sunset. I can't quite remember. But it's beautiful. I love the Zora Greaves. I love the shininess of them. And that goes for the whole set. I love the shiny silver. I love the blue. I never dye this set because of how important it is. And I do think the blue looks the best anyway. But definitely S tier, and it is probably my favorite set, to be honest. My favorite complete set. Next we have the Archaic tunic and legwear. Now, this is of course what we saw in the trailers for the first time. This is what we saw Link to be wearing. And I think it looks sick. I do. Honestly, obviously we don't wear this. You don't wear this for very long in the game. After you leave the Great Sky Island, and you get down, you're probably going to be buying the Hylian set. But this set is very cool. It doesn't offer much protection or do anything, but it's a cool set nonetheless, and at this point it's a little bit iconic, to be honest. So it's going to be at least A tier. Is it S tier? I don't know. I can't quite put it in S tier, but I do think it's beautiful. I love it. I love how it looks. It's a beautiful armor. It represents Tears of the Kingdom. I love it. It's amazing. Very strong armor. It's going to go in A tier. Next we have a very simple cosmetic, that being the ring that holds Link's hair. Now, this is a little interesting. I remember finding this on my own, going in the well behind Link's house and finding it, and it's I believe the description says something about it holding sentimental value, and that's not only true for Link, but that's also true for me as the player, you know? Obviously Breath of the Wild being as important as it is to me. And I do think Link looks cooler with his hair up. So, would it be criminal for me to put the hair tie in S tier? Probably, because it's only one piece, but I do think that one piece is amazing, so we will do A tier. And now, hear me out. First of all, I'm putting so many things in A tier. If I was being less strict, a lot of these would be in S tier. This guy would be in S tier. This would be an S tier. This would be an S tier, and this would be an S tier, and so would the ring. But we're just being strict. A tier means I absolutely adore it, and it's one of my favorite armors in the game. S tier is just, you know, my absolute favorites, and these are my literal absolute favorites. But you'll see. Next we have the Barbarian armor. I mean, what can we say that hasn't been said about this armor? This armor is iconic. It's what a lot of us were wearing a lot of the time in Breath of the Wild, because it's just the best armor for attack damage, of course. That's what it does. It raises your attack damage. I mean, this is going to be our first, or I guess our second S tier. I love the Barbarian armor. It's iconic. It's awesome. And I dyed it green in this playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom to symbolize the Zonai, I guess. But no matter what you dye it, it looks awesome. Absolutely iconic, and I love it. Speaking of iconic and awesome, and our third S tier, I think you guys are going to start seeing what some of my motives are for putting things in S tier. We have the climbing gear. Now, not only is it one of the best, if not the best, set bonus in the game, similar to Breath of the Wild, how it was the best set bonus there, I think it still is the best set bonus here, and maybe even more so, because of the lack of Revali's Gale. This is very useful, but again, this is mainly based on how it looks. It's one of my favorite armors. I wouldn't quite put it in my favorites. This is reserved for like a few spots. This is reserved for a few pieces of armor, but I would 100% put it in S tier. I love it. And you know what? This might be cheating. But since we have my favorites tab, we're gonna move Twilight Princess up to S tier. We're gonna move the ring up to S tier. And finally, we're gonna remove the archaic armor up to S tier. I adore all these armors more than all of these. So I think that we can put them in S tier. And we're gonna, now that we have things in every tier, I can base like, oh, I like all these armors better than A, and I like all of A better than B, and we're more set to have a fair rating now. Now you may consider that cheating, but it's in my list. I will do it. I will do with it what I want. So we have the Froggy outfit. Now, as you can see, I have dyed mine green in this playthrough to symbolize frog, of course. Now, this armor's ability, amazing. Once you upgrade it and you get slip proof, incredible. But it looks a little bit stupid. I'm sorry to tell you, Link, but it makes you look just a little bit stupid. It looks like his head is being constricted. But it is very useful. But yeah, this is not the coolest armor in the game in my opinion, but its ability is amazing, and for that alone, we're going to put it in B tier. I think it aligns with the rest of these guys here. Next we have the Charged outfit. Now, it's between this and the Fire one for being my favorite of the 3 dragon outfits. I love this outfit. This is at least going to be A tier. Now, on its own, it looks cool. It's so incredibly Zonai, you know? But the mission where you get this armor and then you're wearing it up in the islands above the Farron region, that is peak. That's up there with the Wind Temple in being the most incredible parts of this game, in my opinion. And this armor is a big part of it. And when it starts glowing, obviously this one's based on Feroche. I love it. This armor is S tier for me. I think it's so cool. I adore it. The Feroche horn, amazing. Of course, Nadra's outfit has that as well, but I like Feroche's a little bit better. It symbolizes a lightning bolt, basically, and I think it's very cool. Next, we have the Flamebreaker armor. Now, again, iconic armor, very iconic. You know, so many memories tied to each piece of each armor like this, like the climbing gear and stuff like that. Now, the armor itself, I don't think it's the coolest armor out there. I like how it looks, though. I think it looks very cool, and it's fitting for very, very fitting of the Gorons and all that it represents when you're wearing this armor. For that, I'm gonna give it an A tier. Again, it's not the coolest armor. Honestly, I think it's the least cool. The least cool visually out of all the A tier, but it has meaning to me. And so for me, I will put it in A tier, and I still think it looks cool, and I think it serves its purpose. And I've always dyed it blue as well, which I enjoy doing. Next up, we have the Soldier's armor. Now, this is the first piece of armor where I like 2 of the pieces. I don't love the headgear on this one. I do not love the helmet. The only thing I don't like about it, I love the goddess crest on it, if that's what that's called. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I love that symbol there. The only thing I don't love is the little part that droops down in the middle of his face. I just think that looks stupid. Besides that, though, this armor is amazing. When you dye it black, that's the best possible thing you can do for this armor, in my opinion. And I love how it sounds when you're wearing it and running around. It's an awesome set of armor, and it will go in A tier for sure. I love this armor. It's very cool. We have the Desert Voe armor. I love this armor. This is kind of similar to the last one. I don't love the pants, but the other 2 pieces I love. I like the pants though. I do like the pants. I don't think they're bad. I like the gold on the bottom of them. This is an amazing set. When you pair this set's torso with the Hylian hood and the Zora Greaves, and you dye this torso blue, it looks amazing. When I discovered that, it looks so cool. I always use that now in Breath of the Wild when I'm out doing that quest in Gerudo Town, freeing Naboris. But I do love this set as it is, and as it is, it will get an A tier from me. Next up, we have what might be my favorite of the dragon armors. We have the Ember set. Now, on its own, it just makes Link look like a dragon king or something. The fur linings that you see on the torso are sick. Dinral's unique horns are amazing. They are awesome. The fire attack, of course, is great. But man, when this armor is glowing red, first of all, this is the coolest looking of the 3 dragon armors on its own. When none of them are glowing, I think this is the coolest looking one in that setting, and I think it is easily an S tier alongside Ferocia's armor here. I like it a little bit more than Ferocia's. When it's glowing, especially the red horns, oh gosh, it's awesome. And the flames, so cool. Another easy S tier, and I love it. Next up, we have the Fierce Deity. Now, everyone loves the Fierce Deity. Everyone knows this armor is amazing. So let's not waste any time. This is an S tier, no question about it. The light blue, that shade of blue is so sick. The white hair, the markings on the face, the white eyes, it's awesome. It's an awesome armor. I remember being so excited that I would be able to get this armor in Tears of the Kingdom because I got the Majora's Mask amiibo right on the morning of Tears of the Kingdom's release day. I had ordered that amiibo as well to pick up at the same time. So while I was waiting for my Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition package to get here, I loaded up Breath of the Wild and got this armor set in there. And man, it looks just as beautiful in Tears of the Kingdom. It is an awesome set. Not one I wear too often, because I just like to wear stuff that this Link would canonically wear. But I still think it's sick, and I love it. And it's one of my favorite armors in the game, for sure. Next we have another one of my favorites, Snow Quill set. This set on its own, it's not the coolest thing you've ever seen, a lot of people will say. But I think it just looks flawless. I think this is a flawless piece of armor. It's the embodiment of the Rito and of Link's cold armor. I love the red little waistcloth, or whatever you want to call it. And I love how that can change to blue depending on what color you dye this. Although I like leaving it its base. I think the color combinations of the base set are flawless, like I said. This is one of my favorite sets. It's easily an S tier. And again, this is another set that looks good in combo. Like, you can wear the trousers with it, Hylian trousers with it. You can wear the hood. What I like to do is just wear the set and then wear the Zora Greaves Hylian hood. You cannot go wrong with that. It looks gorgeous. Next we have the stealth armor. Now, as you can see, I, for the past 3-4 years now, have always dyed this armor white in my playthroughs of Breath of the Wild and now Tears of the Kingdom. And as you can see, it is the most amazing looking thing you've ever seen in your gosh darn life. The scarf blowing in the wind, so cool. A little fun story regarding this outfit. When my cousin was playing Breath of the Wild for the first time, I recommended that he dye this set white once he gets it. And once he dyed the set white, he wore it for the rest of his entire playthrough of Breath of the Wild. So, as you can see, dyeing the set white makes it even cooler, and it's cool on its own. The base navy blue, or maybe not even navy, but darker blue, is very cool with the red Chica eye, which is unchanging when you dye it, of course. This is a gorgeous set. It's another S tier, and I love it. A lot of S tiers. I thought we were being too harsh before, and now here we are again. Maybe being too generous. I don't know. Next we have the Hylian set. This set is beautiful. I think we're gonna have to go with S tier. Another S tier. We're getting a lot of S tiers now. What I love about this set, I mean, it's so interchangeable, as in, you can wear the Hylian trousers with pretty much anything. You can wear the hood with pretty much anything. And the tunic itself is beautiful. I love the colors on it. The red with the green. I never even dye this one because of how cool they are. Similar to some other sets that I don't dye because of how much I love the base colors. But this is another S tier. And just for the hood and the pants alone, you know what? We're going to put it in my favorites, because those go with anything. The hood makes everything look cool. The trousers go with so many outfits, and they're canon for Link to wear, so we love it. We have the rubber set. Now, not the coolest set in the world. Effects not even that good, because if I want lightning proof, I'm gonna be wearing the Thunder Helm and the other two pieces of Ferocia's armor. This armor I do not love. It's probably my least favorite armor of original designs in Breath of the Wild, like not Tingle or anything like that. It's one of the ones I don't like that much. So we're gonna put this guy in C tier. Still, classic at this point to me. But Definitely not the coolest armor out there. And next we have Dark Link. Everyone loves Dark Link, of course. He's very cool. Another very nostalgic set for me. I remember buying him from the monster dude, whose name I can't remember right now, back in the day, and just loving this set because it is awesome. And its bonus is Night Speed Up, which is nice as well. And it's awesome, and I love it. So for that, Dark Link, you are gonna have to go in S tier. Guys, I'm gonna need you to forgive me for this. I'm looking at S tier now. We're gonna move Twilight Princess back down. This is the last time I will change anything, I swear to you. I don't want S tier to be too convoluted, or to be too packed, you know. And we'll move this down because I don't adore that armor as much as these. This is perfect now. This is perfect in my opinion. Well, this is what I want my tier list to look like here. Next we have probably my least worn armor, besides like the Tingle outfit and a couple of the masks that I never wear. We have the Radiant set. I never wear this, but when I went to get footage for this video, I will say it looks very cool at night. But if it's not night, this thing looks ridiculously stupid. And at night, it looks cool, but it's still not something I would really wear. I do not love this outfit, but at night, it looks very cool at night. And for that alone, I will give it a C tier. If it looked like that all the time, I would probably give it a B. But as it is, Luminous set gets a C tier. Next, we have probably my absolute favorite singular piece of armor, but we're going to include the Champion's Tunic from Breath of the Wild and the Champion's Leather from Tears of the Kingdom because that's not on this list for some reason. We're including both Champion's Tunics from both games. They both go into my favorites. Honestly, I could make another tier above this as my absolute favorite. I pretty much will always have this on, unless I'm like in the cold or the hot or the heat or something like that. But this has got to be my favorite armor. This has to be my favorite piece of clothing in the entire game. The Champion Blue is my favorite color, unironically. I love that color. It's gorgeous. It's iconic. It's the perfect color for this game's Link. I will never not be wearing these when something important is happening, like the final boss, for example. The meaning behind it, you know, everything that happened with the Calamity, and, you know, King Rome. It's the most important piece of armor in all of gaming for me, and I really, really care about it. And it's important, and it's awesome. It looks amazing. And the Champion's Leathers, they did an amazing job updating it. It looks so cool. I love the little turtleneck almost that they gave him in black. Obviously the upgrades to it that are seemingly based on the Hylian tunic here. Amazing. It looks so good. Both versions of this are S tier, and they both look amazing. Okay, next we have another D tier, 100%, zero question about it. We have the Mask of Awakening, the set of Awakening, I should say. Now, I have not played Link's Awakening, but even if I had played it, this set still is not what I want to wear in Tears of the Kingdom. It just, I appreciate it, it's funny, I get it, but I don't like the set. You'll never catch me wearing this. Easily D tier. Next we have the Evil Spirit set. Now this is another set that is quite nostalgic. I remember finding it and loving it back in Breath of the Wild, and I still do love it. But the thing that has changed, I do not wear it very often at all. I very rarely wear this set. I love how it looks though. I love the cape. I love the detail like on the mask, the horns. It's awesome, and I'm pretty sure it hides you from enemies. Could be wrong. I can't actually remember that, but I love it. And its effect in this game, it gives you bone proficiency up, I believe, which is cool. Not that I don't use bone armor or bone weapons, so it doesn't really matter. But as it is, I will give it an A tier. I don't love it as much as I once did, but it's still very cool. Here we have one of my favorite original pieces of armor in Tears of the Kingdom. We have the Depths set. I love this set a lot. It's gonna go in S tier immediately. The hood at first I didn't like, but it's grown on me. I think it just looks cool when you're running around with it on. I love how you can see Link's one eye. You can dye this any color and it'll look cool. I dyed mine red. I think it looks sick. I used to have it white like a mummy, which also looks sick. The little wrappings on the legs. But I dyed it like the crimson red, and I love it. It looks so good. Honestly, you can wear these trousers with anything. You can wear these trousers with the Champion's Tunic, and it will look amazing. Maybe not in red, but it'll look cool if you do it that way. This is an awesome set. I love the little ribbons, I guess. I don't know the word for them, that come off the back of it. It looks sick. I love how this looks. Of course, the effect is very nice when you're in the depths, and I love this armor. It's one of my favorite original pieces of armor in this game, and it's definitely going to get an S tier for me. If we have the Yiga armor, this is an armor that I will not wear very often at all, and I dyed mine blue just to, you know, 'cause I'm not actually, you don't want people to think I'm actually in the Yiga, do you? So, I dyed mine blue, which I think it looks cool. I like this armor. I like how you can see Link's hair popping out the top. It's a cool armor, but the Yiga are quite evil. They have a funny persona, and they're quite funny, of course. But when you look at the lore and some of the things they've done some terrible things. Like the guy in Breath of the Wild whose wife was murdered by them, right? You have done some terrible things for you to just be running around cosplaying as them. But I do like it. I like the mission where you sneak into their hideout. Cool set. I like its use. It's gonna go in B tier. We have a very quick little two things here. We have the snow boots and the sand boots. Now the sand boots, and both of these I can appreciate for their lore in Breath of the Wild, getting them from the guy. I can definitely appreciate that, but they're not the coolest, but they're very effective. And for their ability alone, and the fact that they look cool, you know? They go with whatever top you're wearing. They don't look overly cool, they look fine, you know? They look fine, and that's about all I can say for them. So they will go in C tier. They look fine, and they're very useful. Next we have the CC hat. Enough said. Now all of the jewelry is so hard to even notice, but it looks kind of cool, some of it. So we're gonna put all the earrings, but the earrings, you can barely even notice the earrings. The earrings will go in D tier. The circlets, is that what they're called? The sapphire and the ruby will go in C tier, but now the diamond circlet, I'm actually gonna put in B tier, because when you pair this with the Zonai top and greaves, it looks awesome. It looks sick with how it wraps around the back of your head and you can see that. I think it looks amazing. I love that. And for that, I'll put that in B tier, but only when it's with that. And I guess it can even look cool with like the champion's tunic or something. That piece of jewelry is cool. The rest of them are just kind of meh. Okay, on to the Divine Beast helmets. First we have Meadow. You look a little goofy wearing this bird mask. This is the first time we saw Link's long hair let down in Breath of the Wild, whenever you put this on. I love the theme of the Guardians and the ancient technology, which is why I'm very bummed out that the ancient armor is not in this game, of course. Very sad, because that would be in my favorites up here. But unfortunately, not in this game, which I guess makes sense lore-wise, so it wouldn't make much sense to be wearing it. We still have these helmets, which I did have in Breath of the Wild, because I remember getting the Champion Amiibos way back in the day as a birthday gift. Meadow, we will give a B. He's alright. Naboris is even cooler. Naboris will go in A tier. I love the mask that Link has in this one on his face. I love this, like this, I guess, spine-looking thing on the back. Even though I don't think it's a spine. I think it's just like the neck. It's got like the little things that go up on it to make it look like a spine. But it's very cool. And that one will be an A tier. Ruta, not the coolest looking one, but of course I love Ruta. I love her champion, of course, Mipha, best girl, and I love Zora's domain. I love everything about the Zora people. But the mask itself, B tier. And then we have Rudanya. I love Rudanya's mask. I love the 4 eyes. I love how the I don't know, the nose, I guess it is closed, that we know can open up in Breath of the Wild when the laser comes out. I love the spine on the top. It's very cool. Similar to Naboris. I like this one a little bit more than the other two down here. And last, and not quite least, but not my favorite either, we have the Island Lobster shirt. I don't mind this one. I really don't. I think it just looks like something Link would wear if he was, after he saves Hyrule in this game, if he was just, chilling out for a day, down in Lurelin Village or something. I feel like he would put this on, and I like it. It's got a V-neck, which, I can take or leave. I like this armor. Not really armor, more of just a shirt. But I like this shirt. I would wear this in real life, to be honest. And honestly, I would buy this if I saw it and wear it, and it would be cool. Maybe not the V-neck. Maybe take out the V-neck, and I would wear it. I like it. We're going to put it in B tier. But that will do it. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. But here we have every armor in Tears of the Kingdom tier listed. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Again, a very happy anniversary, 2-year anniversary to Tears of the Kingdom, my second favorite game ever made. And I love the game very much. And I love making this video. I love talking about it. I could talk about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom for hours and hours and hours on end, and I'll probably make more content on them in the future. So just be on the lookout. Subscribe if you want to. Leave a like. It helps. If you want to leave a like, I would really appreciate it. If you enjoy this video at all, if you enjoy my ramblings in any way, leave a like. Again, this is subjective. If you disagree with anything in this list, that's okay. You're entitled to your own opinion, as am I, as are all of us. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're excited for the Switch 2 as I am, and to see how good Tears of the Kingdom, and especially how good Breath of the Wild is going to look in the remaster. I hope you guys are excited for that, and I don't know, I could make a video on something on that. I don't know. These games are too personal to me to ever make a Let's Play of, but again, I love these games. I'm happy to share my love of these games with you guys, and we've done that in the form of an armor tier list today, which is a very simple thing to do, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.